Japanese Pokemon fans are angry and making demands to see the Pokemon Sword and Shield Pokedex before the actual release. Ladies and gentlemen, the Japanese Pokemon fans are actually really angry right now. They want to know specifically what's going to be in the national dex for Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I thought we'd take a look at this today. There's a bunch of tweets, there's a bunch of demands from the Japanese audience, which, by the way, they don't tend to be very noisy, right? They tend to be pretty calm, relaxed. We actually did a video recently about this, like a few weeks ago, about how the Japanese fans were actually really frustrated with what was going on. Also, don't mess with me, okay? I got this thing. I'm ready. Either way, so they were making demands, right? They were making, like, demands right now, or that's what they're doing right now. And I talked about this a while back, but they were actually being really angry. And I think I might even show you here on the screen, specifically the video that I made about this, because I talked about in that video how a specific Japanese Pokemon fan was really frustrated because, you know, he'd just been supporting Pokemon for so long, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, they just remove the Pokedex, which is something that they also appreciate over there. So I'm just going to show you right here. So here's the video I made, which is right there. Japanese Pokemon fans are frustrated over National Dex removal from Pokemon Sword and Shield. And guess what? The same thing is happening right freaking now. Like, the same thing is happening. They're frustrated again, but this time it's a bit different of a situation. See, the Japanese Pokemon fans demand to know which Pokemon have been cut from Sword and Shield. This is honestly quite interesting. I actually think this is quite a interesting topic in general. Why? Because this is great. This is great. I do think this is a good thing to ask for. Because if you're someone who plays Pokemon and you love to have a certain Pokemon with you, then maybe you want to transfer over, you know what I mean? It would be good for you to know if the Pokemon you love to have with you is actually available in this game. And right now, there is no indication for that whatsoever. There's no indication for what's going to be in there, if it's going to be in there, etc. There's like, nothing's really being confirmed here. It's just kind of like, you know, hey, here's some of the Pokemon you know will be there, but we're not going to say which Pokemon are in there, you know what I mean? So let's read the article here and go through some of the tweets and what, you know, the Japanese fans have been saying, and then we can discuss more about the situation itself. I've seen some people acting like it's a bad thing for, like, the Japanese fans to demand this. I don't think this is a bad demand. This isn't like they're, you know, as long as you're not rude or offensive, I don't see an issue with this. I think it's a good thing. If we know which Pokemon, like, let's say you exclude the brand new Pokemon, but you only, like, let us know which of the old Pokemon are in the game, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a genuinely good thing. Now, sure, it would spoil a little bit of the game, but at the same time, and also it's like, what's the big deal? It's the old Pokemon. Just let us know which ones will be there and which ones won't, so the people who are playing to, you know, maybe make a team with certain Pokemon they love. Like, for example, I would really hate it if Breloom isn't in this game, because I love Breloom. There's a high possibility he's not going to be in this game, and who knows, maybe even Rowlet won't even be in this game. Like, there's a high possibility, it's not guaranteed or confirmed, but there's a possibility that it won't be in the game either, and it's, like, one of my favorite Pokemon. Even, like, you know, any of the other starter Pokemon might not be available, so the thing is, we don't know enough, right? We know, like, Charizard's in there, so Gen 1's definitely confirmed to be in there, and it's definitely in there because Game Freak just loves to just, you know, just give the favors to the Kanto games. But yeah, either way. So, this Friday, the Pokemon Company reminded Pokemon fans that pre-orders for Sword and Shield are going to officially kick off on July the 12th, 2019 in Japan. I do wonder if they're going to kick off at the same time on the eShop in like, the rest of the world, because then we can probably, like, pre-order the things and all that and have them pre-downloaded, I guess. But of course, you can't really, like, check files, because I'm usually, like, I used to think that, like, if you could pre-download it, you could probably check the files, but you can't. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, though. So, okay, the official tweet made by the Pokemon Company received some very interesting comments from Japanese fans, giving us an idea of how they feel about the Bring Back National Dex movement. These fans wanted to know which Pokemon being cut from Pokemon Sword and Shield, and they want to have the full list before pre-orders begin next Friday. So here's the tweet, saying the pre-orders are, you know, going up, and here's a fan, Kiroski, you know, leaving a comment saying, could you please, or actually, let's see, so they're translated by Nintendo Soup, so shout out to Nintendo Soup for the translations. So, could you please announce the Pokemon that aren't compatible with Pokemon Sword and Shield before pre-orders start? It's cruel to find out myself that my favorite Pokemon is missing after I've purchased the game. And this is a reasonable approach, okay? Listen, like, this is a reasonable approach. I think this is a respectful approach, and it's not like, you know, as long as they don't go in there, like, you know, just chopping, you know, down things and just being very rude, as long as it's, like, done in a very respectful manner like this, I think it's good. I think it's fine. Like, this is a pre-order page thing, right? If this was, like, a random tweet from Masuda and they were just going after him there, that's I could get that being too far, right? This isn't too far. This is on the pre-order for the game. Here you should be able to criticize them for, you know, stuff, or ask them for demands on things that you want to know. And if you're buying the game, you would like probably to know what's in there before you just gotta spend your money on it. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've hated pre-orders for a long time. I think pre-orders in general are bad. As a YouTuber, I've only really pre-ordered things 3 times. I pre-ordered Super Mario Maker 2 now. I pre-ordered a World of Warcraft Collector's Edition, because there's a statue in it and I want to have it in the background of my videos. And I pre-ordered Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Those are the only things I've pre-ordered in my life. I've never pre-ordered in the past. I've only really pre-ordered when it's something I need for videos usually. Just so I can get, like, the game a little bit earlier through, like, the, you know, instead of going to a store and buying it. That's the only time I pre-ordered. But in the past, in my life, I have never pre-ordered before. One, because I don't like the concept of pre-ordering, because I'm paying for a game ahead of time. I'm literally giving you money ahead of time before even knowing what's in the game or what the game's going to be like, or if it's even going to be a good game, right? I'm already giving you money before knowing anything. And that's a big problem with, like, pre-order culture in general. It's kind of ruined games in a lot of sense, because people just spend money on it, and companies assume that, oh great, like whatever, we just showed them a little bit and the game's just going to be that little bit, but they won't know because they'll assume there's more, and then they just give us shitty products. And that's why I think pre-ordering in general just isn't a good thing across the board. But of course I've done it myself 3 times, and I think, you know, just in that sense, fair enough. Also, I'm probably going to be getting Cyberpunk 2077, but there's a reason for that game being pre-ordered. Let's be fair, there's Keanu Reeves, and, you know, it's Keanu, man. You're breathtaking. Either way, so back to the actual post trade. I do think this is a respectful way to go into it. I think it's a respectful manner of actually handling the situation, instead of being like, you know, just going into it like a very offensive way. Next up, though, is going to be the next tweet, I guess, here, which is, before pre-orders begin, can you please provide a list of Pokemon that are appearing and not appearing in these games on the official website? See, this is respectful. I really like this. It's really, really respectful. It isn't like a rude, offensive attempt at, like, you know, trying to take down Game Freak. It's like a very nice approach to it. And this guy just says, still unsure whether I should buy it. And then somebody here had a pretty long post actually saying, I'm planning to pre-order both games early, but you should reveal the full list of Pokemon appearing in the game so people can decide whether or not to buy it. There's a chance sales will decrease if you do that, but I hope your company will show sincerity during these times. Oh! See, that's so true. See, if Game Freak actually is, no, rather the Pokemon company, I mean Game Freak. Let's not look at Game Freak for this as a, you know, demands or anything like that. But let's look at the Pokemon company, right? If the Pokemon company has a sincerity, oh, that hits them right in the heart. See, that's such a roast, like that's such a burn, you know, such a stab without being offensive. It's like a stab on their sincerity, right? It's the stab at their, like, right at their, you know, kind of like core. It's like, you know, oh, you know, hey, you know, I'm gonna be pre-ordering this game. I'm planning on getting it, you know, but I really think you should reveal the full Pokédex so that, you know, people know what they're buying, and so they know what they're, you know, if they should decide if they should buy it or not. I mean, I know it might lower your sales, but, you know, I hope your company shows, you know, some sincerity during these times. Wink, wink. This is such a burn. This is such an indirect burn. I swear to God, I love it. Some people continue to question why the Pokemon Company did not provide an official statement on the National Dex issue directly to Japanese customers. For example, right here, are you serious? You're still hiding the fact that Pokemon are going to be cut from the game when pre-orders are about to begin. I have a feeling you're going to continue to hide the fact even after the release date, which is a little bit more, you know, angry of a comment. Somebody here then comments, I fully understand that you aren't going to improve the cut Pokemon situation, but you should at least make an effort to inform and explain the situation to your customers who will still remain unaware about it. Would the Pokemon Company Incorporated like to result in a wow, okay, now this is where it's going too far. But either way, so next up is another comment. Geez, there's a lot of comments here actually. Why hasn't the Pokemon Company announced the cut Pokemon issue in the Pokemon Sword and Shield official Japanese website and Twitter account? There are going to be a lot of people unaware of the situation who will be disappointed as they couldn't meet their favorite Pokemon in the games. And yeah, that is very true. Like, this is the thing, right? A lot of us know about this. Like, you guys know about this. I know about the National Dex issue because we're active in the community, but a lot of other fans aren't as active, right? They buy the Pokemon games and they enjoy them, you know what I mean? But they don't really, you know, stay up to date with what's going on. And a lot of them will assume maybe that, you know, hey, I mean, I was able to, in my previous game, send over all my Pokemon, so I should be able to do the same thing in this game. Like, what's the big deal, you know? It should be normal. It will be people like that, right? And it's like, those people will get totally blindsided by this sort of thing, which would be nice if they made an official, like, I guess the Japanese fans are angry because they haven't gotten really an official statement. I mean, we got it from Masuda just saying, like, you're not getting the rest of the stuff, sorry lads. Like, we got that, right? And I assume they got that same thing, but, like, they haven't really gotten any confirmation of which Pokemon should be in there, nor have we. Like, it would be great if we knew which Pokemon, out of the 800 plus Pokemon, how many are cut and how many are staying, which ones aren't staying, so we know which ones are not gonna be in there. Like, just give us a little bit of info. That would be really nice. So next up here is another comment from another fan saying, until now, your company still hasn't officially announced the Japanese market that Mega Evolution, Z-moves, and some Pokemon are going to be cut from the games. I want to avoid this situation where an increasing number of users feel deceived as the day pre-orders begin approaches. I feel there are a lot of fans who are waiting for more information before deciding whether to purchase the games. And, you know, I'm gonna be honest, my thoughts on this whole thing, I like that they're pushing back, okay? I made a video yesterday talking about, like, if Game Freak's getting too much hatred and, like, too much backlash, and I already said that in that video. I don't think they're getting too... I think, like, there's a difference between, like, you know, criticism and then just, like, unfounded, you know, attacks, right? Like, with no foundation. I think if you're going after Masuda and stuff, and, like, you know, like, with making up lies and stuff, that's wrong. But as long as you're doing something respectful like this, like some of these people went, you know, a little bit harsher, but, you know, majority of them were really, really respectful. And I think if you go in with a respectful mindset, everything should be fine. I think this is a good demand. I want to know which Pokemon are missing. I think majority of you guys would probably want to know that as well. Which Pokemon are missing, so we know, so we can just, like, understand if these games will have what we want. If they don't have what we want, some people won't buy it, some people will buy it because maybe the Pokemon they do like are there. So just let people know. It'd be nice if you did that, Game Freak and Pokemon Company. It'd be really appreciated. It wouldn't really, you know, it's not nothing rude or offensive here. It's just, you know, it'd be very appreciated. It'd be a nice gesture. We would like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Leave a like down below. Make sure to subscribe. Honestly, we're getting so close to that 100k subscribers. It's taking bloody ages. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name's RuffledRowlit. Have a great day. And bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.